The city of Cleveland is losing more than $3 million in state funding to remove lead from homes. And today we're looking into why that is. This money was supposed to replace lead-painted windows and doors, which is a major source of lead poisoning in children. Kristen Moran has more on what happened.
Cleveland has some of the oldest housing stock in the country, and with that comes problems with lead exposure.
So Cleveland has the unfortunate circumstances of being buried in layers and layers of lead-based paint.
Dr. David Margolius, the city's director of public health, tells me 2 decades ago, more than half of the children here ages 1 to 5 had elevated levels of lead in their blood. Today, that rate is at its lowest, 14.5%. He says they've got to that level by building new homes and fixing old ones.
We're doing a lot more enforcement than we used to. So just this past year, we've been ticketing property owners, landlords who are not making their properties lead safe and going through that process.
But one of Cleveland's funding sources for those efforts, a $5 million state grant awarded in 2024, is mostly gone. The Ohio Department of Development says the city used only a portion of that money. The rest, about $3 million, is being reallocated to other communities.
Unfortunately, the home repair department for the city of Cleveland was only able to spend about 1.6 million of that before the state had to reallocate it to other cities that were spending it faster.
You're going to tell us what's going on with the with lead and
the city informed some council members of this loss during a committee meeting on Monday.
I don't like losing money at all. It's not good.
Margolius says both the state and city added restrictions to how the money could be spent, and that slowed the process. So as the deadline approached, the city and state loosened some requirements, which helped, but not enough to meet the federal spending cutoff at the end of February.
We know we've got to do better, and we're going to keep working until we get better at home repair in the city of Cleveland.
Well, Margolius says other funding, including federal grants and support from the Lead Safe Cleveland Coalition, will help keep repairs moving, and that new home construction and lead enforcement work will, of course, continue.